中国人，请不要理这些美国笨蛋。听美国人治理国家的建议，就像在听你的狗教你怎么修理你的 WiFi。
Wow! Ronnie, I don't understand what you're saying, but I can feel your passion, man. That is amazing. Did you mention me?
Oh yeah. I said you're my hero and my friend.
You're my hero and my friend. How do I say that in Chinese?
Oh, 我是白痴。
我是白痴。
特别完美。盘点公开场合对美国的解气场面，一位美国居民直播中指责媒体报道不实。
You guys a little bit later. It's your fault that people are freaking out here. You know, and I don't even blame the Chinese. I don't blame them at all. They did everything right. It's you all that are hyping things up. Goodbye. Have a good morning.
前希腊财长应刚美国记者
Been very concerned lately about China. They're in Africa. They're lending money to countries to build ports and different infrastructure.
To build what?
Port.
And what's wrong with that?
And well, because
Countries that need ports get ports.
but they're making people dependent on. I mean, I know it's the same thing that we've done, which is
No, it's not.
horrible around the world.
They are far more humanistic than the United States ever was.
Really? Okay.
Absolutely.
Great. So.
Let me give you an example. Of course, they are peddling for influence.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they are non-interventionist. Absolutely non-interventionist in a way that Europeans, the West, has never managed to fathom.
一位美国主持人的发问
Did you ever apologize for hundreds of thousands of dead Iraqi civilians, you monster? Did you ever apologize for the $6 trillion we spent on Iraq and Afghanistan? Did you apologize for the over 5,000 troops we lost in Iraq and Afghanistan war? So did you ever? The Chinese should apologize. No, wait a minute. A disease came out of a certain area in the world. We actively made a choice to bomb the living hell out of a country and murder hundreds of thousands of civilians. Did we ever apologize for that?
这也太真实了。
We are watching China become number one, which is great news for America. Being number one sucks, and now China has to deal with that bull. China has to solve climate change. China has to get clean drinking water for everyone. China has to invade Iraq and invent the next iPhone, all right? The best thing that could happen, trust me, America. Embrace number two. Take a back seat. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Trust me, like at a wedding. Being the best man, terrible. Being a groomsman, awesome. Congratulations, America. Enjoy your backseat boner because no one is looking.
这也内涵的太明显了。
What are you doing, China? China has not been to war in more than 40 years, never conducts regime change operations, does not get involved in destabilization of other countries, and does not unilaterally impose sanctions as a form of economic bullying. And China, no lateral economic bullying? How else are you going to bend other nations to your will, killing thousands of innocent people in a process that those people have nothing to do with, huh? Killing innocents is called part of growing up, buddy, okay?
有些外国人可真有意思，自己一身毛还嫌别人长得像猴。这个记者说，在中国变性和同性恋是不被接受的。面对这样的标签，金星是这样说的
：Before the Chinese country opened to the Western world, so certain things we don't talk about it. European Western people love to labelize gay, homosexual, lesbian, transgender, everything labelized, make people life much more sensitive, alert. 25 years ago, if you see in China 2 boys holding on hands walk on the street, people treat them very normal. They are maybe just a good friend. But now, if 2 boys holding on the hand on the street, oh my God, they are gay. Who give that? You guys. You guys.
你有什么资格在这讲这些道理？
我国代表在气候大会上怒斥某些自己不作为，还对别人指手画脚的发达国家。
有一些国家已经做出了承诺，但是他并没有落实他的承诺，并没有兑现他的承诺，并没有采取真正的行动。大幅度率先减排，讲了吗？要为发展的国家提供资金和技术，你提供了吗？我们讲了20年，到现在并没有兑现。我们是发展的国家，我们要发展，我们要消除贫困，我们要保护环境，该做的我们都做了，我们已经做的你们还没有做到，你有什么资格在这讲这些道理？
中国小伙内涵美国，引全场大笑。
Dizionare più cultura del mondo. Questo mondo, 4 culture più antiche: egiziano, babilo, vecchio India, anticoncina. L'unico, quella che è rimasto cultura continuato fino ad oggi è il cinese. Quello che è un pochino più giovane, come il greco, è l'impero romano. Quindi parliamo di due, diciamo, paesi tradizionali e culturali. Non come qualche paese sembra re del mondo, ma 200 anni di cultura.
美国网友吐槽，为何别人都讨厌美国人？
I'm an American citizen. I don't read American news. It's really offensive to me that on the news just now they're talking about how like China is such a threat for our Olympics. That's so disrespectful to our athletes and the place that's hosting our athletes. So I just want to say, like, as an American, that's freaking embarrassing to me. Like, really offensive. It's Chinese New Year. Show some respect. No wonder they hate us. It's like why would they not?
美国教授说印度是墙头草，被印度主持人狂怼。
India should get off the fence.
Okay, now I'll tell you something, Professor Kapcha. First of all, with the greatest of respect, you have no moral standing to talk. You are in no position, you as in America is in no position to pretend to be the guardian of democracy and human rights. You are the worst perpetrator of atrocities. You, in Barack Obama in 2011, intervened in a nascent Libyan civil war, using the NATO and Arab League partners, prolonging the war for 1 decade. You launched armed conflict in at least 6 countries. Iraq, Syria, Yemen, Somalia, Niger. You carry out drone strikes. You've killed thousands with your drone strikes. You run Guantanamo Bay. You're dealing with India. We're a big country. We're not your satellite state. So don't lecture us on what we need to do. We are going to look out for yourself. You use the phrase geopolitical expediency in place of values. You lecture me as an American to an Indian on values. Allow me to complete. Where were your values? Where were your values of the US invasion of Iraq? 7,186 Iraqi civilians were direct casualties of the war. Was that your expediency? Was that expression of your values, Professor Kapchan?
我们美国什么都做不好，除了打仗。
We like war. We like war. We're a warlike people. We like war because we're good at it. You know why we're good at it? Because we get a lot of practice. This country's only 200 years old, and already we've had 10 major wars. We average a major war every 20 years in this country, so we're good at it. And it's a good thing we are. We're not very good at anything else anymore. Huh? Can't build a decent car. Can't make a TV set or a VCR worth a fuck. Got no steel industry left. Can't educate our young people. Can't get health care to our old people. But we can bomb the shit out of your country, all right? Huh? We can bomb the shit out of your country, all right? Especially if your country is full of brown people. Oh, we like that, don't we? That's our hobby. That's our new job in the world, bombing brown people. Iraq, Panama, Grenada, Libya, you got some brown people in your country. Tell them to watch the fuck out, or we'll goddamn bomb them. Well, when's the last white people you can remember that we bombed? Can you remember the last white? Can you remember any white people we've ever bombed? The Germans, those are the only ones, and that's only because they were trying to cut in on our action. They wanted to dominate the world. Bullshit, that's our fucking job. That's our fucking job.
这档综艺简直内涵天花板。
其实他们也很可怜，因为他们其实归根结底其实还是怪美国，因为韩国人嘛，韩国本来就是怪美国。你说美国要把东西放到韩国那边，他能说不要吗？
要，你可以拒绝呀。
他不能拒绝，
为什么？
他不保护他。
我保护他们是不是啊？那应该有一点保护费才对啊！这个不是你们中国说的吗？
保护费是流氓收的。流氓收的。
隔壁那个大大的中国，所以那个小小的韩国，我们说好吧，我们还是要去保护一下，好不好？
归根结底，你们还是害怕中国啦。
日本就是非常好的，那个真的是那个 Honey Yuki 不要怕，如果中国那个美国老哥在这里啊。
大家看到了吧？看清楚了，这就是美国人的嘴脸。
China was up to the 60s, 70s, and under the most powerful country in the world, economically and militarily. And then, but you're coming there back. No problem. I was the first time in China in 1995. And I was here back every 2 years, roughly. The changes are astronomical. I think in certain areas they are between the United States and Europe. And in certain areas they will become number one very soon. I think in 10 years, less than 10 years. The biggest producer of solar cells is China, worldwide. And started in Europe. We visited yesterday Hubei, and Hubei, somebody told us there's 120,000 people, but half of that number is researchers. I started having very good contacts with the United States in the 70s and 80s. Now it's time to have very good contacts with China, because China will be a world leader.